At the moment in this country, in our democracy, we're not a full democracy at the moment. We seem to have a democratic deficit, because when you go to the polling booths, for a lot of people it's a choice between getting run over by a bus or getting run over by a train. I don't want to get run over by anything, and neither does a lot of other people, but they can't have that box ticked of none of the above. The government doesn't allow it. Not only does the government not allow it, but they've prohibited a party from naming itself as none of the above, making it the only explicit banned expression. We therefore applied to the Electoral Commission to have a party named NOTA. Initially they refused it because it was an acronym of none of the above, but after further representation they capitulated, and NOTA is now in existence. And as a result of NOTA being in existence, at the first then available by-election for the Westminster elections, NOTA is standing, not as a candidate in many ways, and not as a party, but as an option to the otherwise political parties. You vote Labour, you vote Conservative, you vote Liberal Democrat, but you choose NOTA. And what does NOTA do? Let me explain. At the moment, with our present electoral system, if you don't vote, your silence is taken as consent. There is no way at the moment where we have that box of none of the above. There's no way of saying we don't want to get run over. So until the Electoral Commission make it their business to have none of the above on the ballot box, NOTA will be the repository for anyone who doesn't want to stay at home in silence, but doesn't actually want to give consent to the existing candidates. So we will be the way they can actually withhold their consent, and that is basically what NOTA is. So at this forthcoming by-election in Norwich North, and future elections or by-elections, you can now turn out and vote for none of the above and make your voice heard. The people who are otherwise disenfranchised are now enfranchised through NOTA, and that will be the case until the Electoral Commission and the government see sense and implement none of the above on all ballot papers. The only problem is, though, we cannot rely on politicians to do this, because turkeys don't vote for Christmas. It's the only people in whose interests this is against. It's in the interest of the electorate, and it should be the electorate who should be calling the tunes, not the politicians and the so-called Independent Electoral Commission, who seems to be neglecting the electorate in favour of the political parties at the present moment.